So the teeth of this snake, it slays the souls of men. So most of us, if I were to throw a snake out, we don't know if a snake is poisonous or not. But this particular snake is very poisonous. And again, you don't see the dangers, nor do you care, because of that instant gratification that you are going to feel in that moment. So then you get bit by the snake. What happens to the venom or that sin? It goes throughout the body. And most of the time when venom is in the body, it shuts down certain organs slowly. So this is us dying by spiritual suicide and don't even know that we got hit yet until later on. That's why it's very important. Don't open back those doors, because you are getting poison injected into your spiritual body. With that poison of sin, it's causing you to the things that are honest to be obscure. You don't know how to break this scripture down. You don't know how, like, to what degree does the law of God go in this area. Why? Because you're failing at that area. Hey, Shalom family, Most High Christ bless. Happy Sabbath again. All praise to the Most High. Hey, good to see y'all brothers and sisters. All right, so it is going to be an interesting topic today. This came from insomnia last night. I could not sleep. I couldn't sleep a wink. So the name of the class is Trapped in the Sleep of Sin. Trapped in the Sleep of Sin. All right. So we're gonna, it's some things that, you know, in a way it was kind of plaguing me last night. I'm like, man, what in the world? I can't sleep. Why? But trapped in the sleep of sin. All right. So let's start off, reader, Romans 15:4.
The book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4.
Uh-huh.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Read on.
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
So I love the scripture. Y'all already know this is one of my favorites. Shout out to Deacon Abiel. Because it shows us that with us learning our past, we're able to navigate our present to look for a better future. If you don't know your past, you will aimlessly be walking the earth. It's no different from, we know the outline of our house, correct? But if I turn off all the lights, do you really know the outline of your house? Like the fan that was there that you didn't see, the shoes that was left in the floor that you didn't know about. That's how it is when you don't know the laws of God, when you don't have a guide of your history. You can be led any which way to whatever doctrine that is really up in the air. And that's what we're going to get into. A lot of us are mindlessly walking through this earth. We don't have a true purpose in a way. And I'm talking about most of us that's without, that don't know that we're Israel. All right, so let me get into really the meat and potatoes of the class. Give me that first definition. It's false awakening loops. So last night I couldn't sleep. So I was like, you know what? I went down the rabbit hole, officer. I was like, I went into like, whoever heard of lucid dreaming? Okay. And then I went from there to something called awakening loops. And watch this. It's very interesting what the definition says.
Number one, false awakening loops, sleep science. In sleep psychology, a waking loop most commonly refers to a false awakening loop. This is a bizarre and often unsettling glitch between REM sleep and waking up.
All right, so this is something that occurs in that between time of you almost up, but you still sleep. Whoever been in that little stage where you almost up, but you sleep, and then that's where everybody want to talk to you, especially my wife. She want to talk to me when I'm in the middle of sleep, but at the same time I'm awake. Cause it's like at that stage they know that we're agreeable. It's like they'll ask us, "Hey, can we do this? Can we do that?" Yeah, whatever. Yeah. It's like y'all know that, sisters. Y'all know that. But it's that stage, right? But keep reading.
The experience. You wake up in your bed, look around your room, get up and start your morning routine, brushing your teeth, making coffee, getting ready for work. Suddenly, you actually wake up in the bed, realize it was just a dream.
Stop. Who has experienced this? Especially if you late for work or you thinking you late. And whoever got up super early and you was like, "Oh, I'm late." You start getting ready, then it's like, "What are you doing?" It's the Sabbath. Oh my God. That's how bad we are in slavery, where even on the Sabbath you waking up out of sleep in terror because you think that Esau about to crack the whip. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know how it is when you ain't got but like 2 points left. You know what I'm saying? You get up in a panic. But I know most of the time what I do is I get up and get my clothes on, brush my teeth, all that stuff, drive to work, and realize I ain't done none of that. you wake up, ain't done none of that. And you got to text your boss like, "Hey, I'll probably be like 5 minutes late, man. I'll be there, though."
Right. So this is an occurrence that happens, right? So read it again.
The experience. You wake up in your bed, look around your room, get up and start your morning routine.
Or it could be you have to use the restroom. And you think you about to go to the restroom. Then you wake up, you like, "Oh, I got to go." I got to get up for wet everything. Right. All right, go ahead.
Brushing your teeth, making coffee, getting ready for work. Suddenly, you actually wake up in the bed, realize it was just a dream, get up to start your day again, only to snap back to bed a third time.
Read.
The loop. Your brains get stuck in a loop of dreaming that it has woken up, sometimes repeating the cycle half a dozen times before you genuinely open your eyes in the real world.
Read.
It is highly associated with lucid dreaming, sleep paralysis, and times of high stress or morning anxiety.
So going back to that high stress and morning anxiety, we thinking that, we have to be somewhere when it's like, no, bro, it's the Lord's Sabbath. Yeah, you have to be somewhere at a certain time, but not 5 a.m. But this is something that is caused upon us because of anxiety. And anxiety comes to us through sin. When you're in the midst of sin, you have to do right. But what's that song? If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. You do evil. Yes, sis, I'm showing my age. But that's the thing. You love to do evil, but you have to do right. That's what causes, I'm depressed. I have sense of anxiety. I'm always sick. It's because you have to do right, but you're doing evil. All right. So let's go on to give me Job 33:14, because I want to kind of go into this dream state that a lot of us live in here in Babylon the Great. A lot of us think that it's peachy keen over here because you're making money, you have a house, you have air conditioning, you literally living above your means. You feel that is the dream that you're living. But some of us got to get up. We got to wake up out of this nightmare, per se. Read that.
The book of Job, chapter 33 and verse 14.
Read.
For God speaketh once, yea, twice, yet a man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed. Then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their inscription.
So God seals our instructions when we're in that deep sleep, that real. It's called REM sleep. When we are deep, fast asleep, and this is that stage of sleep where you can't hear nobody. You're not aware of anything around you. You're actually in your own world at that point. This is where God will seal your instructions, whether what you're going to do for that day, what you're going to experience that day, even all the way up until your death. All that stuff is already stated before it happens. Keep reading.
That he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man.
So you're withdrawn from your purpose in that sleep. Because like when you sleep, do you fear anything in your dream? You could be afraid of water, but you swimming. You could be running fast. You could be flying. All these things can happen in a dream, right? So the Lord does speak to us in dreams, but there is a caveat. There is a level, because I don't know about y'all. I grew up in a household. It was a Christian household, but my mom was heavy in like dream books, things like that. But the scriptures also talks about how that occurs, because I know some of our sisters they kind of go on the deep end on that type of stuff. Sirach 34, real quick.
Start at verse 1.
Yes, sir.
The book of Sirach, chapter 34 and verse 1. The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools. Whoso regardeth dreams is like him that catcheth at a shadow and followeth after the wind. So
it's showing you what type of fool would try to decipher every little dream they have. And then it'd be some crazy stuff. It's like, I hear something from a brother like, oh yeah, I dreamed this, that, and the third. Then you got to ask yourself, like, bro, what did you eat the night before? What did you watch? Like, why are you dreaming that? What's going on with you? So all dreams are not profitable, but it's going to explain what? Read.
Verse 3. The vision of dreams is the resemblance of one thing to another.
Read on.
Even as the likeness of a face to a face.
So, for example, you could dream of an officer, right? It could be an officer doing something, but it's a resemblance of that person, but it may not even be the person that you are dreaming about. It may be the attributes that this person have that is shared with somebody else. So it's a likeness to a likeness. Read.
Of an unclean thing, what can be cleansed? And from that thing which is false, what truth can come? So a dream is in its own right, it's not real. It's something of falsehood. But this curiosity sparks up this spirit here that we're about to read. Read on. Divinations.
What type of spirit?
Divinations.
Read.
And soothsayings.
Read.
And dreams are vain.
So it will conjure up divination and soothsaying. That goes into forms of witchcraft where you start to find out what this means. This is where we err. This is where we go off. This is where we fall off. Read.
And the heart fancieth as a woman's heart in travail.
So your heart fancieth, meaning you are very curious about what it means, but it ain't nothing deep. It's nothing deep at all. But then you find yourself in dream books. You then find yourself looking up Cleo, let me tell you your future. All that stuff. I know she old as dirt now. But you go off into witchcraft. Read.
If they be not sent from the Most High in thy visitation, set not thy heart upon them.
Read that again.
If they be sent not from the Most High in thy visitation.
So if they, meaning those dreams, be not sent from the Most High in thy visitation, meaning in the time of your slumber, set not your mind upon those things. It's vain. That's almost like, oh, I had a dream. I had a wife and she was this, that, and the third. And it was a sister over here. But bro, you already married. Yeah, I know, but it's in my dream to marry this other. It's like, bro, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? You're an idiot. You're dumb. You're going off. This is why we have to have a barometer. If it's of God, it's going to be something relating to the scriptures. Like I explained something in the back to the brothers about something I experienced. and it is something pertaining to the scriptures. So, with that said, read that last part again.
Verse 6. If they be not sent from the Most High in thy visitation,
Read on.
set not thy heart upon them. For dreams have deceived many, and they have failed that put their trust in them.
So dreams have deceived many of our brothers and sisters. And those that put their minds upon it, I mean, they go headlong without no type of planning, no type of, and this can be dreams that you are sleep upon, or even aspirations that you may have, that you really don't have a true goal to it. That type of dream is vain. I want to be rich. Okay, how? I don't know. Then you don't want to be rich. That's a vain dream. Keep reading.
The law shall be found perfect without lies, and wisdom is perfection to a faithful mouth.
So now we see that it says the law shall be found perfect without lies. So in God's commandments, that's where we find truth. That's where we find substance. That's where we find concreteness. Only in his laws, because it's either thou shalt do this or thou shalt not do that. It's no in between. It's no, oh, I'm confused about what this means. Y'all following what I'm saying so far? Now, let me go into this vein where we tend to find ourselves in the midst of bewitching, all that type of stuff. Give me Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4, verse 12. And IT, get that definition ready.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 12. For the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest. And
so,
the wandering of...
So to obscure anything is to skew it or to make it blurry. It's a gray area. Read.
And the wandering of concupiscence doth undermine the simple mind.
So that wandering of concupiscence, that's that secret sexual lust. If you're wandering in that thing, it's going to deceive your mind. So that goes into, things like pornography, masturbation, things of that nature. Like you off into watching stuff you don't have no business watching, or doing things sexually that you don't have no business doing, right? Read that again.
For the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest, and the wandering of concupiscence doth undermine the simple mind.
Read.
He, being made perfect in a short time, fulfilled a long time.
So how are we made perfect? We're only made perfect through the keeping of God's commandments, and it doesn't take long. For instance, a brother or a sister in here about 3 months. Let's count the days. 3 months, how many Sabbaths are in 3 months? Okay, 12 Sabbaths, right? So in 12 Sabbaths, generally, a person can already confound a Christian pastor. In 12 days. That's crazy, right? And it shows you the knowledge of God is on a whole nother level. That's only if you accept it. If you deny the flesh that you have within you and you chase after God's wisdom, you'll learn a lot in a short amount of time. No different than dreams. Sometimes we think we dreamed all night, but it was only 10 minutes. It's a what do they call it? A time displacement when it comes to the Lord's word. And what that means is it doesn't take a lot of time to convey a message or to get a thought across. Does that make sense? Now, with that said, a lot of us are bewitched. Now, let's look up the definition of bewitched. Because it says, the bewitching of naughtiness do obscure things that are honest. The things that are honest are God's commandments. If it obscures it, it makes it blurry. If we're bewitched. Read that, reader.
Bewitch. To bewitch means to cast a magic spell on someone or something.
Read.
More commonly, it means to completely capture someone's attention, charm them, or fascinate them so deeply that they are irresistibly drawn to what you are doing.
So I want to use the second definition because the casting of magic, we can use that. But go back up to it. Now it says capture someone's attention, charm them, or fascinate them so deeply that they are irresistibly drawn to you, right? How does that happen with concupiscence? I'm going to give you an example. Give me Proverbs chapter 7, verse 1. I'll show you how it happens in the lustful sense.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 7 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee.
Read.
Keep my commandments and live,
Read on.
and my law as the apple of thine eye.
So you see how God says that the commandment should be the apple of our eye. What is the apple of anybody's eye? What does that mean? What does that phrase mean, the apple of your eye? Brothers. Yes, sir.
So when somebody says you're the apple of their eye, they're saying that you're special to them, that you're their number one.
Good. That's your first love. That's your baby girl. That's mine right there. That's the apple of your eye. So read that last part again.
Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye.
So if the law was the apple of your eye or your first love, will you be seeking for another? Nah. Because then the word has you enraptured so much that you always want to be with the word. But some of us find ourselves where I want two. I want two. I want two apples. But let's see where that leads us. Read on.
Bind them upon thy fingers. Write them upon the table of thine heart.
So if you bind God's commandments upon your fingers, that means that you're going to perform it through your actions. And then if you write it upon your heart, that means that you're going to study and keep it in your mind. Read.
Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman.
Read.
That they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words.
So, brothers, what type of strange woman is this? What strange woman could this be? What strange woman could this be?
Shalom, leadership.
Shalom.
It's going into, because it says flatter, so it's going to like a harlot spirit, someone that is seeking adultery or something along that nature.
Good. So a harlot, nice way of saying it. All praise. My question was, who can be a stranger in this? You said a harlot. Who else? Who else can be a stranger in this tense? So ho, we got you. I just like to use the real term. I'm sorry. If y'all offended by the word ho, I don't know what to say. What's the saying? Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
You have two types of strange women. You have the strange women of Israel that they can be harlots. You know what I'm saying? Strange woman not keeping the law. Then you got the other nation of women that's harlots too.
Good.
So there's two types of strange women.
Good. All praise. Give this man a hand. All praise. Two types. Good. So any one of them, essentially they are harlots, correct? All right. So let's see this concupiscent brother. He can actually keep it out there. This concupiscent brother, what he thinks of. Read that again, officer.
Verse 5.
Uh-huh.
That they may keep thee from the strange woman.
Read.
From the stranger which flattereth with her words.
So the law is intended to keep you men away from strange women like this. Strange women, either the other nations or harlots. Read.
For at the window of my house I looked through my casement.
Read on.
And beheld among the simple ones.
Among the who?
Among the simple ones.
Among the stupid ones, the stupid men, the simp. Read.
I discerned among the youths a young man void of understanding.
So a young man that does not apply God's commandments. Read.
Passing through the street near her corner. And he went the way to her house.
So wait a minute. Stop. Why did it say near her corner? What is that saying? This is a man that's not keeping God's commandments. He passing in the street near her corner. Go ahead, Thomas.
Because you had sex with everybody on that corner.
You in the ballpark. You playing a game, but I don't think it's the right one. You playing a game though. Maybe football, baseball. I don't know. It's somewhere in between. It's almost like you said it in the midst of your thought. I get where you're trying to go, but I want something else. Yeah.
Because that's her work corner. Her work corner.
Explain,
certain
brother.
place-
What does that even mean?
It's
Y'all know
like-
what a work corner is? Y'all know what that is? You know, sis? I don't know no work corner.
Okay, I'm trying to see the best way I can put it. It's like a place where she know where she can, do a business at where she can pick up at.
Oh, so she can do nails and do
What?
some hair on the corner.
I guess whatever.
Hey,
turns
some
on,
of
I
these
guess.
harlots, they be good with the nails and the hair now. They be.
Hey, whatever turns on.
All right, next. I want to see. Let's go ahead, Moses, because I think brother's just scared to talk. They're scared to talk.
It's her corner because she a hooker. She out there making money. She prostituting, and that man that that didn't have the understanding. He was looking for that prostitute so he can do something for her.
There it is, right there. Her corner is she was a prostitute, a night walker, street chaser, a whore. She was out there, 304. All of the above. She was out there trying to make some money. But this simple brother, it tells you one thing though. Simple men look for whorish women. Simple men love to be controlled and manipulated by Jezebels. Ahaz always got to have his Jezebel now. They match. Weak man, domineering woman. That's a match made in hell. That's it right there. That's a perfect match made in hell. Now, this simple brother, he's looking out for whores or prostitutes on the corner now. That's why it says her corner. And went the way to her house. So what he do? He spit the game. They made some transactions. Now he going to her house. Let's see what else happens. Read.
In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night,
Read.
and behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtle of heart.
What does that mean, brothers? The subtle of heart. Because we all know what attire of a harlot is. Well, I'll take that back. What is an attire of a harlot? I'm not even gonna think we know. Young Prophet, what's the attire of a harlot?
It's a woman who like shows a lot of her skin and like for example, a woman that like wears a skirt that might be too high up on her. You can see her body parts. If she has her chest out, that would be considered a attire of an harlot.
Okay, good. Give this man a hand. All praise. Good. So a sister that is wearing revealing clothing to attract sexual attention, correct? Good. All right, all praise. Now, what time of day did this happen? Yes, Jesse.
It happened at night.
Why?
It said dark and
No, why would it happen at night?
because she's a prostitute.
Come on. Tell me the business. Why at night though? Prostitutes can get it in the day too.
First thing that come to mind, the freaks come out at night.
Oh, freaks come out at night? Okay, I got you. Freaks come out, you know. What else? Solomon, you had your hand up? Yes.
She doesn't want to be seen.
Good. Okay. Cloaking of darkness, not to be revealed. Okay, I like that. What else? Like I said, I want to see what y'all thinking about. I mean, just yes, sir, Gabriel.
Because at nighttime, that's where all the secrets happen.
That's where?
That's where all the secrets happen at nighttime. You're sneaky.
That's where all the secrets happen? Okay. I see where you going at. Okay. I like that. That's where all the secrets happen. I like that. Let me get a scripture real quick to back up that claim. Give me Proverbs 4:19. 4:19.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 19.
Uh-huh.
The way of the wicked is as darkness.
Read on.
They know not what they stumble.
So they're unaware of what they're stumbling at. They're void of the understanding of God. They're void of the wisdom of God. So they don't know that they're messing up. They just, have you ever seen or heard of a person that they always got these ghetto chronicles and everything they go through, they got a testimony. And then it's like a epiphany that, oh, you shouldn't be doing this because I did it and it led to X, Y, and Z and this, that, and the third. And it was like, wait a minute. You're kind of stupid for going through all that, because it was multiple people that told you don't do this because X, Y, and Z will happen. You did it anyway. X, Y, and Z happened, and now you got a testimony. Sit down. It's like, what are you talking about? And that's with a lot of us. We go through things that are self-inflicted, and then we think we got tried, or I got a big badge of knowledge now. It's like, no, sit down. No, you don't. You wasted life going through that long tangent or that long detour, and you could have just went straight. It could have been a straight shot to your goal, but you did a whole detour. No, go ahead.
So, like, I want to ask y'all brother something. If you go out and get a car note that you can't afford, right, and you start going into a financial decline, is that a trial from the Lord, or is that just what is that? Like, somebody just explain it. Anybody, it don't matter. It don't matter who it is. Is that like a Ciroc 2 thing, or is that just what you think?
I think he just put himself in that position. It
Okay.
could be a trial from the Lord, so he can focus on his financial situation. But I think eventually, he just put himself in that situation. He's probably ignoring the signs and just doing what he wants to do.
Yeah, so I think, most of the time we'll get complacent, and we know the Lord, for the most part, he ain't gonna just let us just be too jacked up, you know what I'm saying? And we take advantage of that thing. But if you go out and you go get a car note, you know what I'm saying, you go get all these other different expenses added to the bills that you already have, and then you start going through a financial decline, that ain't just, you did that. You know what I'm saying? The Lord didn't do that to you. You did that. That ain't a Ciroc 2 thing, right? That's just you not being disciplined. You not using wisdom, you know what I'm saying, in your life.
So yes, and going back to what Officer said, a lot of us find ourselves in this reoccurring loop of, I wake up to the law of God, or I wake up to the truth, and then I find myself waking right back up to all these atrocities, all these sins. And then the financial issue, it wasn't an issue before, but you caused it upon yourself. And you can't be like, oh, Lord Jesus, why me? You can't say that. It's like, nah. You are the why you. You the one that caused that. Or the devil made me do it. And the devil looking at you like, I ain't do nothing. That was you. That was all you. So this is why we have to look at these things. So Gabriel said that most secrets happen at night. And the scripture I went to was Proverbs 4:19 to just show that, yes, in that wickedness is darkness, or the absence of God's commandments. That light is the commandments of God. So a man or woman would not know what they're erring in if they don't know the commandments of God. It's just that simple, right? Now let's go back to Proverbs 7 and 9, because remember the full point. This is a tangent from Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 12 about bewitching and concupiscence, meaning you're being enticed or enraptured to the point where you commit the sin. Read that. Keep going, reader.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 7 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtle of heart. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house.
So what attributes have we read thus far about a harlot or a strange woman? What attributes have we read so far?
Oh, she's stubborn. She's loud. She don't want to listen.
So, a loud, stubborn woman, and where it says she always outside, what that mean? I know it didn't say it like that, but
I mean, like
she outside.
She always in the club, things like that of that nature, or she at parties.
Okay, good. So this is the attribute of a harlot, a hoe, a 304. This is the attribute. She's loud. She don't have no decorum. What that guy used to say? Demure. No decorum, no demure, no elegance about themselves. They just raunchy, in your face, loud, not placable. They don't agree to nothing. Always outside having fun. Hot girl summers. Just like the harlot. Yes. This is the attributes. The Lord is already telling us men what to look out for. And this is something that women will entice us with. Their beauty. Keep reading.
Now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner.
And then we got to hear worldly understanding. Like, she for the streets. That's it right there. That's it right there. She for the streets. What is that? She for the streets. It come to me. Read on.
So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows.
Read.
Therefore came I forth to meet thee, diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee.
This is the flattery. Read.
I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt.
This type of woman always talks about sex in her inner bedroom. Read.
I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon.
Read.
Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with love.
Read.
For the good man is not at home.
Read.
He is gone on a long journey. He have
whoa. Can't read past that. What's that? What is that right there? What is that? Brother right here. What is that?
It's talking about her husband.
So this 304 married? Oh. So wait a minute. She married. She talking to another brother. And she has a corner that she owns. And she, tooting it up. Speaking sweetly to another man and doing dirt in his house. On his bed with his sheets. Ooh. The hoe. The hoe is a deep ditch. That's what the scriptures say. Keep reading.
For the good man is not at home. He is gone on a long journey.
So he's out of town. He's gone to California for a business trip. Read.
He has gone a long journey. He have taken a bag of money with him.
Uh-huh.
And will come home at the day appointed.
So he's planning to come home at this time, this hour, because he told me, so I can do my dirt. That's wicked. That's wicked on both sides. Because she's telling this man that she's married. But let's see what this simp does. Read.
With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield.
Whoa, she did what?
She caused him to yield.
Read.
With the flattering of her lips, she forced him.
So, brothers, this is bewitching. This is charming. This is a form of witchcraft. Flattery. You know you don't have no muscles. She's like, oh yeah, you so muscular. Got all your muscles. Oh, I do. Bruh, you know you don't know how to do a push-up. Stop playing. Stop. Not nail one. And you think that this IG model really wants you? It's a trap, bruh. And let's see what the scriptures say. Read.
He goeth after her straightway, as an ox goeth to the slaughter.
So wait, after hearing that she's married, her husband is away for a long journey, and she enticed him with her mouth, meaning she spit game too. He went straightway like, oh yeah, she She mine for the night. Let's see what happened. Read.
Or as a fool to the correction of the stocks.
Read.
Till a dart straight through his liver. As a bird hasteth to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life.
So he don't know if what's for his life because that man can come home early. Then he'll be in this case. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 32.
The book of Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding.
Like this man void of understanding or void of wisdom, he is in the midst of what? Adultery. Read.
He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul.
How?
A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away.
What is that wound is he going to get? Is this a spiritual blot? Or is he going to get another wound? Yeah. He going to get a physical one too. Everybody going to know his name. Oh yeah, you talking about John John? Oh yeah, John John crazy. John John, he slept with Renita and that was it. He done. He did Renita in the psych ward and her husband in jail. Messed up. Read.
For jealousy is the rage of a man.
You said it's accurate. Read on.
For jealousy is the rage of a man.
Read on.
Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance.
Meaning you cannot control a man's emotion in that time. You don't know the type of relationship he had with his wife and vice versa. Why I say vice versa? Because our sisters, they can get down too. Meaning they can fight too. They'll fight another woman too. Out of that jealousy. Because jealousy, if y'all didn't know, is a form of love. Again, I'm going to say it again. Jealousy is a form of love. Isn't God jealous over Israel? Wouldn't God kill for us? That's jealousy. So you being jealous over your spouse, that's actually healthy. You're supposed to be. You're supposed to. It's very protective. Very. Like I love it when my wife is jealous over me. I love it. I'm like, yeah, I'm the ish. I'm the bee's knees. That girl right there, she jealous. Look at her. I'm like, yeah, look. It put you on Front Street today. But it's a good thing. Hey, I love it. That's just me personally. I love it. Yeah. Go down. Verse
35.
Yes.
Verse 35. He will not regard any ransom.
Read on.
Neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts.
Meaning it's nothing you can't talk him off the ledge. He ready to jump. He literally ready to jump. You can't say, oh bro, I do this, I do that. I've seen that too many times over. It's like you're literally caught with your pants down. And you think this man is trying to reason with you? No. He wants to see red and black. That's it. And you cannot say, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. You're going to get a wound. If you escape, you still going to feel the pain of messing up another man's household. But again, I'm going down that same mindset. Let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon, not to forget the point. This is what the simple of us do. Because of this flattery, we're bewitched. We are enraptured. We are tricked, duped, lied to, and we believe it. Read.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 12. For the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest, and the wandering of concupiscence doth undermine the simple mind.
So in this tense, it undermines the simple mind. Why? Because this mind does not have God's commandments in it. So you're going to fall headlong into that simplicity of concupiscence, of sexual immorality, whether it's porn or adultery, flat out. And that goes on both sides of the room. I'm not just saying brothers watch porn, y'all sisters watch porn too. It is what it is. Y'all need to stop. Because I know we get on this side, but it be this side burning as well. So going back into that concupiscence and that bewitching, how, because remember, I started the class with reoccurring a wake up cycle, right? let's get that again, because I don't want y'all to forget the thought. Give me wake up, the false awakening loop. False awakening loop. IT. We just had it. Because I don't want to forget the point why I'm going this route. Y'all good, IT? All right, all praise.
Number
Okay,
one.
reader.
Number one. False awakening loops. Sleep science. In sleep psychology, a waking loop most commonly refers to a false awakening loop. This is a bizarre and often unsettling glitch between REM sleep and waking up.
So now we see that the Lord talks to us in dreams, right? Some of us have already been called, but we find ourselves in between waking up and in between sleep. That's that lukewarm brother or sister. And with you in this state, you think you woke up, but you haven't. Meaning you haven't changed nothing. You haven't changed anything. You still the same old person. You just wearing fringes now. Oh, I changed my name, but you still the same person. Like, what has changed in you? What when other people look at you of your past life, how can they say this brother has changed in this way, that way, or the third, or this sister changed in this way, that way, or the third? How would they conform anything to say he or she is different? A lot of us have to ask ourselves these questions. Give me Psalms 17 and 9. No, 19:7. 19:7. Psalms 19:7.
The book of Psalms, chapter 19 and verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect.
Read.
Converting the soul.
So the law of the Lord is perfect, changing the souls of men. Read.
The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
So the testimonies of the Lord is his commandments. It makes wise, simple individuals. So if you invest time into extracting the laws of God, it will make your simple self a wise man or woman. Because what is wisdom? Is the application of the laws of God, or the application of knowledge in general. I mentioned this before. If you have a degree and you have a degree in, I don't know, nuclear physics, activity, something in STEM, a mathematician. But then you find yourself at the dump doing work. Have you professed your knowledge? Have you shown wisdom? No. And a lot of us find ourselves in those loops where we esteem to this, but then we find ourselves doing something that we didn't esteem to because of fear, regret, doubt. And these things stop us. And that's what this reoccurring loop of sin always happens. Because whatever your vice is, it keeps you trapped. That's the point. Give me that in Sirach 18. Or no, Sirach 21. 21 and 1.
The book of Sirach, chapter 21 and verse 1. My son, hast thou sinned? Do so no more.
So have we all sinned? Yes, we all have. We all have broken the laws of God once or another. Read.
But as pardon for thy former sins.
So when you do no more and you ask pardon of your former sins, that means that now you have to do a self-reflection. Really know who you are and stop waking up in a loop thinking that you awake and you're not. Read.
Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent.
Uh-huh.
For if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee.
So if I were to throw a snake on the ground, would anybody want to pet Snakey? No, right? But a lot of us find ourselves too close to our vices, and then we find ourselves falling in the vice. Why is that? Now tell me, why is that? See what y'all brothers think about Jesse. I used the analogy of a snake. We said, oh, heck nah, ain't coming in a snake. But it's making a comparison between sin and a snake. So why, when I use the analogy a snake, we wouldn't touch it. But when it's to our sin, we get close to it.
We sit there and entertain the sin.
How?
By keeping it too close, not putting it away totally.
Okay, I like that. Not putting it away totally. Sins such as what, for example?
Maybe like adultery, social media.
Okay.
Sitting there looking at social media, knowing that you'll see something that's not right. That's not profitable. Thank you.
I got you, bro. Y'all be trying to speak so carefully, man. all praise, all praise. Good, Jesse. Who else? Who else want to add on to that? Solomon?
It's pleasurable.
It's pleasurable. So it's supposed to be a snake, though. So a snake is pleasurable?
Nah, but we're not looking at it like that. Like, we're not looking at the consequences that come behind it. We just look at what we get out of the situation.
Okay, I like that. Good. I like that. Kish?
What the analogy you just used with the snake, the danger is obvious, but like with sin, the danger might not be as obvious when you just start, but it's gonna come back later. It's gonna come down later. So yeah, you might not wanna, what am I trying to say? You might not care like at the beginning.
Okay, I like that. You may not care at the beginning, but because you don't see the danger that's further along. I like that. Give everybody a hand. All praises. I like that. I like that. Now, let's go back to that scripture, Sirach 21, verse 2.
Sirach chapter 21 and verse 2.
This is going to go into Kish's point. Read.
Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent.
For
if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee.
Read on.
The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men.
So the teeth of this snake, it slays the souls of men. So most of us, if I were to throw a snake out, we don't know if a snake is poisonous or not. But this particular snake is very poisonous. And again, you don't see the dangers, nor do you care because of that instant gratification that you are going to feel in that moment. So then you get bit by the snake. What happens to the venom or that sin? It goes throughout the body. And most of the time when venom is in the body, it shuts down certain organs slowly. So this is us dying by spiritual suicide and don't even know that we got hit yet until later on. That's why it's very important. Don't open back those doors because you are getting poison injected into your spiritual body. With that poison of sin, it's causing you to the things that are honest to be obscure. You don't know how to break this scripture down. You don't know how, like, to what degree does the law of God go in this area. Why? Because you're failing at that area. That's really the purpose. And going back to what Kish said, at the first, you don't care. You just, you in the midst. But then when you get bit, now I'm questioning everything. I'm questioning judgment. I'm questioning understanding. I'm coming up with heresies that don't align with nothing being taught nor the Bible. That's where you find yourself bit and poisoned. But then read the next verse.
All iniquity is as a two-edged sword.
Read on.
The wounds whereof cannot be healed.
So all sin is a two-edged sword. And a two-edged sword means that whatever you hit something with, it's something called recoil that's going to hit you back. So it means that sin affects everybody around you, not just you. Because let's say you're in an office. You get caught up in the midst of adultery. Now you have to leave because the person that you committed adultery with don't want to marry you. And it was in the world. Now you got to go. Now you was the head of this office. Now this office is lacking. Now we got to scramble within the congregation to find somebody to replace you because you wanted to just think about yourself in that moment. So it shows you how selfish sin is, but it also shows you the ramifications that sin affects everybody around you due to your selfishness. So that's why it's very important. We got to think selflessly and not selfishly. In Christianity, it's always my God, my prayer, my Jesus. But in this truth, it's all about our God, our people, our goals. It's a team effort, and we understand that. It's not just about I. What's the saying? There may be a me and team, but the me ain't all you. It's not. And a lot of us, we always say, hey, it's a me and team. I'm the me. It's all about me. No, you a selfish negress. You're selfish. You was taught to be selfish here in your reoccurring waking loops. And here's another waking loop. So we mentioned about a waking loop called promiscuity or whoredom, fornication. Another one is called religion. Give me Jeremiah. Let me see. 23:1. Because nothing is new under the sun, meaning the spirits follow the same guideline. All these spirits follow the same thing. The righteous are always going to be righteous. They're always going to find God in their generations. The wicked are always going to be wicked. And they're going to find Satan, they daddy, in all their generations. It is what it is. But this is something that was going on during the time of Jeremiah, during the time of Kings. Read that.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 23 and verse 1.
Read.
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
Read on.
Saith the Lord. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord.
So now we have these individuals on the earth, these type of pastors. And the Lord is going to break down in his law what type of pastor this is. Give me Deuteronomy 13:1 now. Because who have heard the term false prophet? Okay. Who knows that we're actually about to go to the law of how to identify the false prophet? Who knew that God actually explained how to identify a false prophet in his word? And it's in his law to identify it. I see my sister in the back, all praises. So a lot of us get called false prophets, though. You're the greatest people on the planet Earth. You're a false prophet. What? How is that false? You're an Israelite. You're a Jew. You're all teaching hate. What? I ain't mentioned nothing about Esau. I ain't mentioned nothing about the white man. Nothing. I'm talking about how great of people we are, the inventions, the blessings of God, what he had on us through our lifetime. And now I'm hateful for that? I'm a false prophet because of that? Somebody was asleep. And somebody keeps falling asleep, waking up, thinking that they're awake. But they sleep. They think they got to go to the bathroom, officer. They still in the bed, about to wet themselves. They about to wet themselves. Then you like, bro, get up. And they like, then up, it's wet. It's everywhere. Now you like, I told you so. Man, why you ain't wake me up? And then they mad. They mad when bad happens. Read that though.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 13 and verse 1. If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign or wonder come to pass, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods.
Stop. So it says a dreamer of dreams. So this means that this person did have a dream, right? What we was talking about before. And then it came to pass, right? They call them premonitions, right? But then what they utter after is, hey, let's do Christmas. Let's go to grandmama's house and do some Thanksgiving. After they broke down this extravagant dream about this is gonna happen and God is telling you this and that and da da da. Now let's serve other gods. Let's go and serve other guys. Let's go to the club. Let's party like it's 1999. Let's do all this evil, right? Read.
Let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them.
No, and you know what these other gods are called? Politics, economics, religion. All these are gods that our people would die for. Especially this red versus blue. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like, politics is really the biggest psyop of Crips versus Bloods. It's the biggest. It's like team red or team blue. Donkey or a elephant. No in between. You gotta choose one. Even though there's independence, you still gotta choose one. It's crazy, and people would literally fight and die over this stuff, showing you that our brothers and sisters are still serving other gods. And this type of dreamer is telling them to do that. But let's see what God say about it. Read.
Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet.
Read.
Or that dreamer of dreams.
Read on.
For the Lord your God proveth you to know whether ye love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul.
So you telling me that God has false prophets on the earth to prove who really loves him? Wow. That's scary. So God raised this spirit up just to be false. Then he raised up another spirit to be true. And then you got to exercise your level of discernment in his word to tell who's who. Then he's like, okay, I'm going to see if you really love me. I'm going to raise this prophet up. I raise this prophet up. It's like, you treat it like wine, you know. I've been growing this prophet for like 5 years now. This one been in the cellar 20 years. Then you drink, and now you see, oh, nah, this is the cheap one. Nope. Get it out of here. I don't want that. That's how God is. Proving us with these false sorts. Keep reading.
Ye shall walk after the Lord your God, and fear him, and keep his commandments, and obey his voice.
Read.
And ye shall serve him, and cleave unto him.
This us being awake. Because if you can walk, are you upright? Are you? Yeah or nay? How? Is it? Is it that simple? Yeah, you could be sleepwalking. Good. Also, you could be sleepwalking. How you know you're awake? But yes, essentially, you're right. You're upright, meaning you are walking. You're walking in God's commandments. So that means that you are aware of everything. For instance, if you're asleep, are you conscious of the time? Are you conscious of your surroundings when you sleep? It's only when you are awake, you can see what's around you. You can hear what's around you. You can use your God-given senses to discern your environment. Either if it's safe or if it's danger, correct? But if you sleep, you're oblivious to all that. Oblivious. You're in your own little world. Gone. That's some of us. Some of us are in our own little world. Gone. And that own little world is sins. And this is one of the spirits that will deliver you to that sleep, a false prophet. Go back to Jeremiah 23.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 23 and verse
3.
Verse 3. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase.
Read.
And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
So now we see that it says that in verse 4, I will set up shepherds over them. The them is the flocks out of my flocks out of all countries. Who was God's flocks in all countries? Israel, us. So he's going to set up leaders. That's what a shepherd is. It's a leader over a sheep herd. That's what's called shepherd. So you're leading a herd of sheep to their proper destination. So who are those leaders being set up in verse 4? I want to see who's thinking. Who are the leaders right in verse 4 being set up?
Those leaders right now is, I'm looking at y'all right now.
It's you too.
Right, exactly.
It's all of us.
Right.
We those leaders being set up right now.
Right now, correct.
To get the scatter of Israel throughout the entire earth. So we are the real prophets going against the false sort, which is your pastors, your politicians, things of that nature. Here's another way. Oh, good. Thank you. All praises. Get that man a hand. All praises. Because I want you to include yourself because you are a man of valor. You're a man of valor. You got to include yourself in that. You in that prophecy too. So a lot of us, we wake up, I'm brushing my teeth, then I go back to sleep. Now I see that, I'm looking at my watch. I got like 5 more minutes until the alarm go off. Then I go back to sleep. Then I see that I got 3 minutes until the alarm go off. Go back to sleep again. Then 1 minute, and I'm like, all right, I need to get up. Then you just, you know how it be. Then it's 2 hours later. You know what causes us to keep going to sleep? Politics. There's something in politics. Like, for instance, we had a brother that just died recently. Nolan Wells. We just had him die. We'll have certain atrocities like Nolan Wells. We'll have another atrocity like Rashid Carter. Happen in the same state too. We see the atrocities of Edom on our people. We see the hatred. But then you know how we go to sleep? Why does it always happen around either an election cycle where Stimmy's about to go out, stimulus checks, or a holiday? Have y'all ever noticed that? Everybody, they'll think about it for a second. Yeah, that's wrong. We need to do this. We need to organize. We need to do that. 4th of July, popping firecrackers and grilling meat. But it's like, wait a minute. Y'all was just saying a day ago that y'all have to boycott X, Y, and Z. But y'all find yourselves front of the line at Walmart not boycotting nothing. I mean, honestly, some of us need to boycott the plate. We do. We do. We're trying to burn the fat. We need to boycott the plate. But some of us in the world, we don't have enough discipline to do that. So I want to show you, give me Revelation 16:13. And officers, if y'all got something, hey, bring it out.
Officer was saying something deep earlier. He was talking about us doing our due diligence and studying to fix ourselves. But read that.
The book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 21. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
So I read this sometime to myself because when you wake up in the morning, most people don't go straight to their Bible. They either on social media scrolling or doing something they aren't supposed to do. They don't never think about, hey, I got to stop doing this evil, so they don't try to fix themselves. So that's our job here, is to help us fix us. But that's all I got, Alpha.
Okay, so being that we continue to go in captivity, continue to sin, it's like a cycle, right? The Lord sent us in captivity for sin. Then he'll wake up prophets to, inform us that we need to keep the commandments and, serve the Lord. It just be the same cycle, especially, once we start going into captivity after Joshua. It was just the same cycle. We'll sin, he'll send a prophet. We'll sin, we'll send a prophet. He'll send a prophet or whatever. And it's like the warning, since the that loop that we in, we always got to have the warnings, right? Go to Colossians 2 and start at verse 4. So the warning is going to continue to happen with the prophets. The prophets are sent. Our job is to warn the people because they're in that sleep. They're in that what is called that loop sleep. So we got to continue to warn the people. Read that right there.
The book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 4.
And it's gonna go right back to what you were just bringing out, officer, about the holidays, the politicians, economics, all that stuff. Read that.
And this I say, lest any man should beguile you with enticing words.
So beguiling and enticing, we talked about that earlier, is going into witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? You know what's right, but you do what they tell you to do. That you do what they manipulate you to do anyway when you know the right thing to do, right? Read.
For though I be absent in the flesh, yet am I with you in the spirit, joying and beholding your order and the steadfastness of your faith in Christ.
So Paul is telling them, like, look, I already told you what to do. So don't let nobody trick you. Don't nobody beguile you or entice you to do something different, because at this point that's witchcraft. If you know what's right, you're gonna do what's right. And he telling you, hey, listen, I don't have to be there for you to do what's right. I already told you what to do. I already told you what's right. Right? Read.
As ye have therefore received Christ Jesus the Lord, so walk ye in him.
Read.
Rooted and built up in him.
So how we gonna do that? By studying, praying, fasting. We got to be rooted in Christ. Read.
Established in the faith as ye have been taught.
And that's what's going to establish your faith. Read.
Abounding therein with thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
Beware lest any man spoil you.
So now here come the warning. Remember, we mess up, we sin, then we get the warnings. We mess up, we sin, we get the warnings. We're in this loop. We're in this sleep loop. Read.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. Things that's not profitable, that's not real. Right? Read.
After the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
And what's some of the traditions of men? Christmas, birthdays, all these different holidays, the politics, even the economic structure. All this stuff is after men. He said you got to be aware of these things, because all these things can be used against you, can be used to beguile you, can be used to mislead you, can be used to trick you, can be used to keep you in the sin that you've been walking in, right? Keep you in that loop. That's all I have.
And our job is to really, we have to identify we're in a loop. Have y'all ever seen Groundhog Day? Y'all remember he kept waking up the same day, same time, and he'll die and then wake up again? Wouldn't that feel like hell? That you cannot progress through that day, but you have to keep reliving it because you never learned your true lesson? Who wants to live like that? Black people. Yeah, we walked in the wilderness 40 years. If that's not remedial, I don't know what is. You have to learn yourself, like, oh yeah, God can judge me. Whoa, wait a minute. You talking about the same God that had his people walk in the wilderness for 40 years just to kill them off? That God? Around the same mountain, like, oh yeah, we saw that mountain like 5 times now. Moses, where we going? Hey, we gotta stay on course. Stuck in that circle. Why? Because of sin. God didn't even want that generation to go to the promised land because it was too messed up in the mind, too wicked. Egypt was on their brain too much. Like some of us. Sports on our brain. Porn. Partying. Holidays. Even our wicked family members. Some of us talk more to our wicked family members than we do brothers and sisters in the body. You know who you is. Slick call out. But that's the loops that we're stuck in. Hold on. I'm going to preface it, then I got you. Give me Revelation 16:13 now.
The book of Revelation, chapter 16 and verse 13.
Uh-huh.
And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs.
Read on.
Come out of the mouth of the dragon.
So we understand that the mouth of the dragon is Esau. But his mouth refers to communication. Read.
And out of the mouth of the beast.
Read.
And out of the mouth of the false prophet.
So all three of these things stand for something. It stands for Esau's politics, his economic system, and his religious system. All three of those frogs or beasts stand for one facet of Esau's system. And a lot of us use that to deter ourselves from our true calling. It ain't nowhere in the Bible that say that God say you have to be a Democrat or a Republican. Ain't nowhere. So why do we keep that at the forefront of our mind? I was taught at a very young age by my tutor. You know he told me also? He said politics is in the name. I said, what you mean? He said poly means many and ticks is blood-sucking creatures. So as many blood-sucking creatures sucking the community dry. I was like, dang, that's heavy. Because it is. It's a circle. I have to vote. But what does God say about voting? What does he say? Give me that. Deuteronomy 17:15. Let me give you a reminder, brothers, sisters. Should we be voting? Because isn't it midterms or something like that? Midterms now? I be on the news, so I know they're getting on Trump right now. Trumpavelli. Yeah, Trumpavelli, he got his black Air Force Ones right now. Yeah, he going in on Iran right now. All right, go ahead, read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17 and verse 15.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
So God chooses our leaders, not us. This ain't no democracy. This ain't no autocracy. This is a theocracy. Theo is God, ocracy is principality or rulership. So it goes from God, the priests, the leaders, the people. That's the order. Again, God, the priests, the people, the leaders, then the people. That's a theocracy. Read.
One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee.
So God is going to set over us one that's of our brethren. But we find ourselves setting up officials that don't look like us. They ain't us at all. So what are you saying to God when you vote? God say, I choose who's over you. But we like, nah, God, I could choose. I had a freedom of choice.
We're basically saying that we hate ourselves and also we love them. Like we love the white man or whoever we're voting for.
Okay, I like that. So we hate ourselves. We love the other nations. Okay. Hand behind you.
What we saying to God is that we don't trust we don't trust in him for the leaders that he's put over us, that we would rather go to man for those leaders.
There it is right there. We have no trust in our God. And I want y'all to see how that is. Round of applause, all praises. All praises. Good. We don't have a trust for our God. And just think about it. You a parent. You set your son or your daughter up for success. You give them the game plan. You break everything down to the way they're going to experience it, everything. And because of fear, they don't listen to you. How would you feel? You ready to flip over some tables? Flip over a car. You are upset and livid. Because you're like, wait a minute, I put all this energy into you, and this is what you do to me? This is what you do? The training day? Oh, okay, I got y'all. I got you. That's how we feel as parents. When our sons or daughters go against what they were counseled or against what they was instructed to do, we feel betrayed. And that betrayal leads to anger. And now you like, hey, you either got to go or you got to prepare your things. You know, it's one of them talks, one of them serious talks. It's like, hey, you can't have that up in here. Can't do that. So that's how God feels when we vote. We feel that we can't trust our God in setting up certain individuals over us among our brethren. And then we don't trust God's judgment when we do stuff like that. We trust the judgment of Satan. Now, if we trust the judgment of Satan, then who is our God now? Satan. And his kid called Esau, Idumea, Edom. That's his firstborn. Firstborn. He's the chief of all his children. So if we understand that this loop of politics just leads us in a never-ending cycle that never get anything resolved, why do we keep falling into it? We see another loop called politics. Give me Ecclesiastes 10 real quick. Ecclesiastes 10. Economics, yes, that's the other loop. I'm sorry. Yes, thank you. Another loop is economics. Because I have y'all ever heard brothers and sisters say all we have to do is put our money together? First, before you get that in Ecclesiastes, let's get Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Because we got to see what God says. God has all the answers, Sway. He got all the answers. Read that.
The book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So God is going to punish us for our sins. Read.
Can two walk together except they be agreed?
What's the answer to that, brothers? No. So if I join my money with a scam artist, what is going to happen to my money? It's gone, my guy. You are broke. You are $100 broker. Or poorer, if that's a word. You're poorer. So if my ideals or my morality does not align with the scriptures and I go into business with somebody, let's say I go into business with a brother that cheats on his wife. Wait a minute. He's cheating on his own flesh. He's dishonest to his own flesh, family. How can he be honest to me dealing with money? It ain't happening. So there's certain characteristics. If you don't align with morality, we ain't talking to you. It is what it is. It's like, nah, you're not the ideal candidate. There's a brother online that has he's been building one school since I was in high school. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he getting swallowed? No, Lord Jesus. It's a fire. So this one brother, he gets a lot of money. He gets a lot of morality within certain communities. And he gets the monetary backing. But he doesn't do right by the money. There's brothers, because I've been out of school for what? Like 15 years now. This man has not built one. However, there's another man that has built multiple schools, worldwide even, in a fraction of the time. In a fraction of the time. And that one man is Bishop Nathaniel. He's built multiple schools. Matter of fact, I'll tell you this. When I first came into the truth, I was probably out of high school 5 to 7 years when I first came in. That same man that was prophesying about one school being made, the bishop already had 10. When I came in. Then, not even 3 years later, it was almost like 15 more that just popped up. So I know a man of his work. I know the tree by its fruits. That tree is producing a lot of fruit. This tree, this fig tree, this fig nigger tree that Christ had to cuss out, he ain't producing nothing. So can we join ourselves to people like that? No. But in these cycles of death that happen amongst our people, we always have these wolves come in the midst of our brothers and sisters, in the midst of grieving. Have y'all noticed that? Every time we're in the midst of grief, now I'm seeing the Al Sharptons. Now I'm seeing the Jessies. And now I'm seeing the, who else? Crump? Crump. Yeah. Now you start seeing them. But it's like, we've been outside. Where you been? In the AC? Like, where you been? And that should raise an alarm to a lot of our people. It does for an extent until Labor Day hits, until back to school sales hit. Oh yeah, tax returns. Oh, people go crazy. Stimmies. If Trump give a stimmy this year, all the evil he did is wiped away. His sins are washed by the green money. Y'all know how covetous our people are. Sad to say, but we are covetous people. Why? We are void of the understanding of God. We're void. We think we know God, but we don't. We're asleep, thinking we awake, and keep going back to sleep. And us being out there, we trying to wake up our people. This is what we do. Give me Isaiah 52:1. This is what we do, officer. We outside in the heat, in the cold, teaching our people. And this is exactly what we do. Read that. Isaiah 52:1.
The book of Isaiah chapter 52 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean.
Whoever seen that movie, was it Poetic Justice? He's like Lawrence Fishburne at the end of the movie, they was talking about wake up. School Days, yes, School Days, yes. I was just watching that a couple days ago. So y'all remember at the end of the movie, they wake up, wake up. But did y'all understand the premise of it? You had two of the same people in two different ideologies that was against their own benefits. You had one in the Greek fraternities, pledging Greek and all this stuff. Then you had one in the African Wanubiism, the Pan-Africanism, that has nothing to do with us either. So we had to wake up from both of those. But you think we woke up yet? We still got our brothers and sisters pledging Greek, sleep. Then when we go out and be like, awake, awake, put on your beautiful garment, Zion. Hate speech. Y'all haters. Y'all just hating. Like, how? I'm telling you to wake up. I'm telling you to keep the commandments of God. That's what you put on your beautiful garments. We start keeping the feast days. But they look at that as hate. Greek fraternities. We still have our brothers and sisters in politics. We still have our brothers and sisters saying that economics is the way. But we had a brother that has not produced one school, and he had all the money sent to him in our communities. So it's Black Wall Street was destroyed. And Black Wall Street was destroyed by something called just white flight hate. That was the first recorded bombing on U.S. soil, was during the bombing of Tulsa, Oklahoma. First recorded bombing from an airplane on U.S. soil. On our communities. I know y'all heard the Gap Band, they dropped a bomb on me. That's what they're talking about. So we always getting dropped bombs on. It's like, when we gonna wake up from the sound, officer? We that deep in sleep? We that lost that we don't know we at war? Something like you got knocked out, haymaker, bow. You at count 5, everything daisy. 7. You know, can barely hear. 8. Trying to stand up. That's our job, is to get us up in the fight. That's our job. You had something, officer?
Go to 1 Timothy 6. 1 Timothy 6. And also, you know what else they do when they trying to put us back to sleep? They always put like an anthem out. What's that song, Renita? What's that song with that woman from the rapper lady? Yeah. Like I know that song is in a lot of people's head. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to get it out of my head. I'm like, why is this song playing in my mind? Yeah, I'm talking about, and if you listen to what she's saying, it's like nothing but nigga stuff. It's very evil. And I think the sister India Ari, she made a post about it, like, hey, this is wickedness. Like, why are we celebrating this? And them folks tried to crucify the lady on social media. Right. Crucified the sister for trying to wake people up out of their loop sleep. Right. Go back to, we're gonna talk about the economics with 1 Timothy 6 and 10. Because like the officer was mentioning, if economics was the way, Black Wall Street would have worked. What's the one down in Mississippi? Redwood would have worked. The one in Mississippi was Mount Bayou, Rosewood, Mount Bayou in Mississippi. Oscar, it was a lot of cities. Like when we came out of slavery, we was thriving. You know what I'm saying, economically, because you got to think about it. None of them doing none of the work that made the country rich, like welding, construction. We was doing all that stuff when we were slaves to them. They didn't know how to do none of this stuff. Crops, all that stuff. So when we got out of slavery, we started setting up these towns and these cities based off the skills that we had, and we was thriving. You know, economically, we was thriving. But the Lord did not allow it to happen because, of course, sin would have took place, covetousness. We would have probably started killing each other and all that stuff. What it was called, The Flower to Kill the Moon. Yeah, that's what it was. That's a good movie. Y'all ain't seen it, The Flower to Kill the Moon. But economics, you can't give black people a lot of money at this time right now. You know what I'm saying? Riches, yeah, but Dave Chappelle skit. The riches, the economics is not the way. But read that right there. 1 Timothy 6.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 10.
Start at 6.
1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 6.
Yep.
But godliness with contentment is great gain.
So godliness with contentment, that's the real gain that we're going to get. That's the gain that you want, right? Read.
For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out.
So you can't get caught up in your possessions, you know, the material things, because we can't take none of this stuff with us, right? We can't take nothing with us. Read.
And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content.
So that we got to be content in. If you got food, you got the cheap things of life, you got to be content with that thing. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High God will, you know what I'm saying, raise you up when need be. Because a lot of times you might get money. I know I had money at the wrong time in my life. When I was young, I was a welder when I was young, and it was bad. I'm gonna just tell y'all that it was bad. You know what I'm saying? It was horrible. No guidance. It was horrible. But read.
But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts.
And that's why the Lord didn't let a lot of that stuff work. I feel, you know, a lot of those redwoods and Rosewoods and Black Wall Street, Mount Bayou, because it would have been contention, it would have been lust, it would have been covetousness, which leads to all different type of murder amongst us and stuff like that. It wouldn't have worked. So imagine a day, like we are way worse off than our foreparents was back then. If you give us that type of liberty now, you know what I'm saying, economically, it'll be crazy. The death rate will just probably be through the roof. But read.
But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare.
And that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna fall into different type of temptations. We fall into temptations now, we broke. You know what I'm saying? Different type of snares and temptations, and we broke, we ain't got nothing. So imagine if you get some money, you know what I'm saying? It'll be over with for us. Read it again.
But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root.
Go ahead.
Is the root of all evil.
So for the love of money, so we know money is a defense, but the love of money, that's when you start to make it your God. Like Oscar Dunn was talking about earlier, that's when you make it your God. When you put that before anything, that's what the love of money. That's where the evil come in, and all that stuff just read up above, the foolishness, the hurtful lust, which drown men, all that, the temptation, the snares, all that stuff gonna come from the love of money. You making that money your God. Read.
For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
And that's what happens usually most of the time. You do so much evil, because in this world, for you to be a billionaire, to have certain riches like that, it's probably, even be a politician, it's a lot of evil. Right. But to have all those type of riches and be in those positions like that, like politics and stuff like that, it's a lot of evil you probably had to do to get to it. So it says you're gonna be pierced through. You're gonna be pierced themselves through with many sorrows. In the end, you're gonna have to look yourself in the mirror and be satisfied with what you see. If you know you done killed, lied, and steal to get to this position as a politic or whatever the case is, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and see, like, okay, am I still just after all this? You know what I'm saying? Or are you gonna be sorrowful? Most of the time, people in those positions, they be sorrowful. They cry at night. They can't look themselves in the mirror. Be on drugs. That's why a lot of our entertainers be on drugs and stuff like that. Ain't no telling what they did to get that position. Especially those rappers. I seen a clip where this dude was explaining with the Amalek, friendly neighborhood white man, what they do to a lot of our young men that become rappers. They take them out the hood. They drug them, take them to a party, and those men take advantage of them, and they record it, right? They record it, and then they'll just drop them back off at the hotel, and then they'll call them back in for the meeting the next day and be like, hey, sign this 360 deal. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're going to be pretty much taking all your money. And he like, nah, I'm not doing that. He was like, you're not? Let's watch this. And that's why a lot of them be like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and sign it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them people don't just be that dumb to be like, okay, I'm going to look at this and sign off all my rights and all my money to you. A lot of times they done things that they are ashamed of. You know what I'm saying? They cry at night. They take a lot of drugs. They be real sorrowful because they was rude. Their main thing was the money. They had that love for that money, right? But that's all.
Hey, good point, officer. Hey, a lot of people would, like the scripture says, sell their own bowels for financial gain. One more on the financial side, then I'm gonna wrap it up. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 13. Going back to what you mentioned, officer, about really just the riches of how it messes with us and how God really protects us from certain things, or how niggardly some of us act. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 13. There is a sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt.
That's a sore evil, meaning a man becoming rich, but he's destroying his or herself with the riches. They abuse themselves, and I've seen that. There was a brother that used to be in the body, won the lottery, won a lot of money, went missing for like 3 months. Tell me why he was broke 3 months later. How in the world you can go through $1 million 3 months later? That's a broke mindset. That's a broke mindset. How can you do that? That's what we're reading right there. Namely, riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt. Meaning it's gonna destroy them. Keep reading.
But those riches perish by evil travail.
They perish by evil travail. Money going to women, wine, parties, sin. That's what the money going to. It ain't going to, hey, let me fix up my neighborhood. Let me build a store. At least that. At least that. Help your family out. Something. Nope. Cruise, vacations is going back to the devil because the devil gave it to me, so I'm going to give it right back to him. It's stupid. It's dumb. Keep reading.
But those riches perish by evil travail.
Read on.
And he begetteth a son, and there is nothing in his hand.
Look at that. Look at this Negroes right here. Had all this money, have a son, and can't even give an inheritance to the son. Even though they had all these riches in their lifetime, this is a YOLO brother or sister. You only live once. It's my money. Mine. No, you're supposed to gather your wealth to make your posterity richer than you. And I ain't talking about richer just in money, in values. That's the point of the word of God. Read.
And as he came forth of his mother's womb, naked shall he return to go as he came, and shall take nothing of his labor, which he may carry away in his hand.
And you said this, officer. You said we can't take these riches with us. Because when you die, you're absent of the body, correct? You can only obtain those riches in the body. Once you're gone, where does those riches go? No. It's something called probate court that a lot of our brothers and sisters don't know nothing about. And especially our sisters, officer, my independent women. Thinking that, oh, I'm going to be rich. I got all the money more than a man. But then when you die, where the money go? Back to your daddy Esau. It go right back to him through court fees. And they do that deliberately. And I never seen, I know I'm taking a tangent. I never seen a rich woman say, what about my people? I never seen one. It's always me, I, my. Always. I never seen one say, I'm rich, I'm successful. This for the people. I never seen it. So it's like, what's the point of getting all the money when at the end you're going to be dead and that money going right back to the white man? What's the point? What's the point? Just to flex in your lifetime? Just say, I got it? What's the point? Keep reading.
And this also is a sore evil.
Read.
That in all points as he came, so shall he go.
Read.
And what profit have he that have labored for the wind?
So you work for nothing. Did all this work, and what do you have to attest for it? Nothing. I got bills. That's all you can say. Keep reading.
All his days also he eateth in darkness, and he have much sorrow and wrath with his sickness.
So now you eat in sin. You're in the midst of sin, and then this sore evil is you got all this money, but now you're sick. That sucks too. Because now all your money going to the doctor. You can't win for losing. So what is the point of getting all the money? There is none. The money is a defense. Jump over to chapter 7, verse 12. This is the true saying of it. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense.
You see how wisdom is a defense and money is a defense? Because if you have wisdom, you know how and what to do with the said riches that you got. Read.
But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
So you're supposed to have the wisdom. That's what you should seek. The money will come. Because wisdom is the application of knowledge. Period. Any knowledge that you have, if you apply it and you know when and how to apply it, that is wisdom. Knowing how to apply God's commandments in their due season is wisdom. That's where we got to get to. When we search for wisdom, God will add all the other stuff to us because we're ready for it. He can entrust us to become rich because we can handle it now. But if you still broke, it's other things you have to work on within yourself. Does that make sense? So, officer, you had something before we close? All right. So now we mentioned about these reoccurring loops, which was what? Finance or economics. It was politics and religion. Every time something bad happens, these three heads always have to come up to lull us right back to sleep. Read Isaiah 52 again, and then we're going to jump over to Psalms 127. Isaiah 52 and 1.
Isaiah chapter 52 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion.
Uh-huh.
Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean.
So when you are fully awake, you can then put on your clothes, correct? You are out of bed, correct? Now you can see everything around you. Your vision is not impaired by the blackness of your eyelids. It's not impaired by visions in your mind thinking that it's there. You're actually conscious of what you're doing, who you are. Because think about it. If you putting on clothes, okay, what I got to do? I got to look in the mirror. I gotta look in the mirror. I got to make sure I'm good, right? But let's see the clothes that we should be putting on. Psalms 127.
Start at 1.
No. Not 1. I'm sorry, 132 verse 9. Psalms 132 verse 9.
The book of Psalms chapter 132 and verse 9.
This is the clothes that we supposed to be wearing. Read.
Let thy priests be clothed with righteousness, and let thy saints shout for joy.
So it says, let thy priests be clothed with righteousness. Give me Psalms 119 verse 172. Let's see what this righteousness that we got to be clothed with.
The book of Psalms chapter 119 and verse 172.
Uh-huh.
My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness.
So all God's commandments are righteousness. So what we should be clothing ourselves with is the commandments of God. That's how we truly wake up from this awakening loop that we're in called sin. All right. So that's my time. Lord's will, y'all learned something today. Shalom, Most High, Christ bless.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.